So yesterday we didn't do so much working on cars and stuff, but we did have some fun, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flashback. End of flashback.
Where's the beams? It's still there.
Where you going, Jeff?
We gotta do some work, man. Come on.
Yeah, me too. Is the So Jeff, what's the reason for all this this tomfoolery? You know, bringing a car from all the way over there across all this soggy, wet ground of yours.
I need to get the subframe out of it.
The front subframe?
Yeah.
Why?
I got to do a steering rack relocation, and I have an S13 subframe over there. We're gonna put in this so it'll still roll back, but this is the only S14 subframe core I have. So here we are, dragging this thing through the mud pit.
So you got to take the S14 subframe off of this, and you're gonna put a.
Yeah, we're just gonna stick the S13 subframe in it for the time being.
Because
the car will still roll around.
Okay.
So it's not really right, but one of the rack clamp sizes is different. I can at least like bolt the rack back in it and the car will roll around. That way it's not stuck on jack stands on the way here.
Cool. But what are we doing right now? As my phone rings, interrupts this whole.
Yeah. I want to take a break and eat.
What was that?
I'm hungry. Take a break and eat. I'm hungry.
Okay, let's do that. What you got there, Jeff?
Some barbecue. Ooh.
Sexy.
1 hour later.
looks like a.
Still attached.
They're just kind of.
Just touch it.
Yep.
Give you
The illusion. It's weird because they look completely different. Like one looks like it was covered in oil, and the other just looks like it's been sitting in a lot of dry dirt.
The car we just pulled this one from set for like, I don't know, 10 years or so in a junkyard with no hood on it.
So the rain just kept washing it.
But you wonder, like, where did all of it even come from? Okay.
Somebody forgot about the brick. So what happened with that brick, Jeff?
The brick? Oh, it was just there to chop. It was just a safety. But I just ran over because I didn't feel like getting out.
Well, what? So you knew about it?
Yeah, I knew it was there. I felt it. And I just drove over it because, whatever.
Sounds like your boy's here.
Oh. God.
Goddamn shadow, Carl.
It's really not that bad, to be honest. Here, kick it under here. Look, hey, these things are going to try to run out from under it when we go down. Just let's go easy. Yeah, y'all just help make sure they don't slide out. We're good. Rails, and there'll be like, I can get it.
When I get on here.
I'm taking a piss back here.
What'd you say, Jeff?
So I'm taking a piss in the background.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know you were back there.
No, you're gonna see me in the playback. That's actually
Great.
I need a bandsaw on a table so I can walk up and just chomp and just make that cut. It's just, these lines just need to meet up when I get done. This is going to force me to center of those holes because that's the narrowest point. I got you. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
And this piece is still going to be existent, and this piece is still going to be existent. So we subtract 25 millimeters. It don't matter what the rest of it looks like. It can all be off as long as I use these two, which are dead on, and just cut 25 millimeters off of that. All the rest is wrong. The cuts just need to be in a place where the puzzle fits back together. Winner.
Chicken dinner.
Come hold this, Brandon. You just get behind me. I got shoulder right there. You can let it fall when it gets off that end. I just need to really drop.
We're close, huh? That's straight line kung fu.
Measured
line.
thrice.
Measured thrice. That's a straight line fu. Professionalism. You got that. What?
We're 7 millimeters. We got 7 millimeters to chop out of here.
Okay.
Which I chopped this back as much as you could.
Right. So now you just got to
see
take it
how
out.
this
Yeah.
is?
So you took as much as you can out of this part, and you're gonna take 7 more millimeters out of the rest of it.
Nice, dude. And it's like within a 1/2 millimeter across right now. It's not very precise, kids.
And we're like, hey, that's Jeff Perkins.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Unless you have a Mark IV Supra. Yeah, get your hoodie on. As you get prepared for the coronavirus.
I know I have the coronavirus.
Yeah.
We're trying to contain it.
You're trying to contain it.
Carl said when Aaron Losey sees this.
Now I feel obliged to leave that little comment in.
Yeah, I have the distance here.
Right.
But I still have to make the other cut just to hold it in place so I can mark it. Since it's falling, I'm just going to tack it into place.
Okay.
I mean, it's not really a precise,
Yeah.
it's going to get me on the mark. I know that the distance between this hole and this little cutout has to be 113.4 millimeters.
Because the original measurement was 138.4.
Right.
And we need to subtract
25 from that.
Subtracting 25 from that.
So I'm using the dowel caliper just to verify that we're at 113.4. I'm going to tack this side and I'm going to move to the other side since I only have one dowel caliper. Get this distance right and I'll tack it and then I'll make my mark.
To cut the excess.
Yeah, right. And I'm just going to grind those tacks off to make my other cut, but I'm just using that to hold it in place.
Roger that.
There it is. It's maybe a millimeter off. You can't show this, Carl. This is bad. You just need to like cheat it from far away or something.
Oh, I can see now? I'm allowed to come look? You're not gonna banish me to the bowels of hell? trying to see your welds and because people are gonna judge you? Oh no!
They're not gonna break.
That's what's important, right?
Pretty much.
I mean, you want beautiful welds or you want welds that will not break?
I wish they were beautiful. I hate that the camera's rolling right now.
Okay, well I'm gonna go to bed then.
Later.
Ooh, boomerang action for the video.
The very next evening.
What was that?
The crossmember. Grab that door for me. Thank you.
Flip it like a pancake. There you go. Turn towards that light. Glorious Technicolor.
It's not stable. I need to.
That's fine.
Oh, he's getting a close up. He got X-ray. The distance between this hole and this little groove right here was 138.4 millimeters. On both sides, it was dead even. So I knew that I could use these for locators, and I just measured it, cut 25 millimeters out, lined it back up at 113.4. Isn't that right? 138. Yeah, 113.4.
Sounds about right.
And then got it centered and got it even and welded it back together. There's a little, obviously some trimming involved, but it's really not that bad.
You welded it. You had to do what?
Clean it and paint it.
And cut it?
Oh, yeah. So, when you get done, these bolt holes aren't going to be accessible. So, just see down in there. You got it, Carl?
Yeah.
I just got a little grinding stone and just ground that out. Here, I'll show you.
And why did you do it afterwards versus before?
Well, if you were to cut it before, since this is my first time doing it, I don't have a template built to cut it out. But if you were to cut it before, you probably would have ended up cutting a lot of extra, and I just wanted it to be clean and cut as little as possible. So this is all it took. A little time. Wasn't bad.
Say bye-bye.
Goodbye.
All right, ready?
Goodbye.
Ready? And,
I'm not gonna be able to do it.
right. And action.
Goodbye. Have a beautiful time.